He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. We go to Zachary. I don't know where Zachary is, though. It's somewhere east because the TV station this comes from starts with a W, so it's on the east side of the country. Did you know that? If TV or radio stations start with a W, it's east of the Mississippi. If it starts with a K, for the most part, they're west of the Mississippi.
This is the first I've ever heard of that. That's interesting.
So anyway, somewhere in a place called Zachary, 2 people were injured in an accidental shooting off Church Street Friday night. Officials confirmed to WBRZ. According to the Zachary Police Department, the incident occurred around 10 p.m. near Spring Hollow Court and Raven Wade Drive when a man, unloading his gun to clean it, accidentally shot himself in the hand, injuring his wife in the process.
Oh, no.
Police said the couple were both in stable condition as of Friday night. Oopsies.
That's going to be a really fun conversation.
Mm-hmm. So, does he get to keep it?
I mean, I don't know how you come back from that because every time you're losing an argument, she's just going to be like, you shot me.
You have a point. That is going to be tough to come back from, for sure. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I taught a class. Well, as we're recording this, I taught a class today.
Okay.
And, you know, almost every one of my permit classes, there's a know-it-all.
Oh, yes.
There's the guy who knows everything. He knows his shit. Now, it's not bad that they're wanting to be informed. The problem is they're not actually informed. They are readers of Reddit and other internet shit, and they haven't actually read laws or source material or taken a class like I've had to about use of force or any of these things. So usually this guy in my class is incredibly annoying. Lots of anecdotes. Lots of, well, I heard this thing where blah, 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 and what about this? Now, this guy in my class today, though, he was the best kind of know-it-all.
Oh.
He knew he was sort of a know-it-all, but mostly his problem was just he was a transplant from California moving to South Dakota. The laws are really different. So
okay.
He would have these, and this happens a lot when I have a transplant from California or someplace like that, where particularly the firearms laws are very different, and they're just like, what? Like, for instance, you can literally shoot at any of the critters on the varmint predator list, like coyotes, raccoons, prairie dogs, jackrabbits, any of that kind of stuff. You can literally shoot those from vehicles.
Okay.
It doesn't even specify you have to stop. But I suppose they could.
Just doing straight drive-bys with a 10 milli out the window, just bah, 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 bah.
You gotta still have permission to hunt the land you're shooting into.
Unless in the ditch.
Unless it's in the ditch in the right of way, yeah. That's the thing.
You start blasting.
Like, when I mentioned that, it was just like, what? But as far as a know-it-all, he was actually pretty great because he was an educated know-it-all. He commented on lots of things, but he just might have the wrong perspective or the wrong interpretation of it. But he was talking about like smart things.
That's good.
Or he was citing things that were good. You know.
Yeah.
God, what was the Supreme Court case he mentioned today that I was so amazed he even mentioned? Was it? Yeah, Tennessee versus Garner.
Oh yeah.
That officers can't shoot unarmed.
Or they can shoot an unarmed person, or they can shoot a fleeing person who they believe is fleeing into a situation that will basically be worse. So basically, if
they're murderers who have murdered and are likely to murder again is like the short way of saying it.
Yes. The guy who's been shooting at you is running into a Target or a grocery store. You can shoot him in the back as he's running away because he's already shot at you. You're preventing a hostage situation.
And like there was some dude broke out of prison like sometime in the last 10 years. I don't remember. It was somewhere in the southeast, and they literally like hosed him in like Georgia or Tennessee. Like they just fucking shot his ass. Like he murdered a prison guard to get out.
Yep.
He murdered people while he was out. And so as soon as they found him, they just like fucking shot him. And
I mean, fair enough.
Like I'm okay with this, with that kind of guy. Like they've already voided their own Fourth Amendment at that point. Like let's send them to the other world. But no, it was refreshing to have that kind of know-it-all, because all of the rest of the class, not know-it-alls. I even had a retired cop, and they're usually the worst.
Yes.
Because it's such a pain in the balls to maintain a retired LEOSA permit. They have to qualify every year, and they have to like weasel their way into when law enforcement is qualifying somewhere.
Right, so they have to have a friend on the force or something.
Basically, they got to have a buddy. It's such a pain in the dick, and none of the departments around here like make it easy for them. And I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying they don't. So it's a giant pain in the dick. So a lot of retired cops just get like the best permit South Dakota offers. So, but this guy was the thing. I thought whenever I have cops in class, I'm always worried about how they're going to react to the when it comes up. I've talked about this on the show before. Should you notify the officer that you are carrying a gun? Now, some states, obviously, you have to. Your state, Nebraska, is one of them.
Woo.
My state is not. I am a big fan of not, unless I have to. Like, if they ask me, then you have to. But if they don't ask me, I'm not going to tell them. And I was really surprised at his reaction, because my number one justification for that is immediately after people say that, I tell them, no, I'm not going to. And here's why. And then I show him the video of the guy who got pulled over in Jacksonville last year and got his leg ventilated by the lady cop who removed his pistol because they needed to remove it for their safety and his safety. And one of the I had a couple of cops in training that are going to tech school for law enforcement, and one of them actually said, well, yeah, you should, because, it's just, so it's safe for the officer and safe for them. I'm like, oh, did you just say for your safety and my safety?
Wait, there's actually been a big hubbubaloo in Nebraska over that because we passed constitutional carry, and so people can now carry without having to take the licensing. And the licensing was where they learned that like we are you must inform state. And I've definitely transitioned to do I really need to inform? Now I will follow the law, and I've learned. I've only been pulled over once, and you learn to go, I have my license, and you do all that you can to not say the word gun. That is rule number one. Never say gun or firearm. But yeah, I've gone to that side of inform when required, because a great point is when do you need to inform the police officer? Well, they're like, well, when you're interacting with one. What counts as an interaction? If I'm walking by a police officer who is walking into Walmart as I'm walking out, and I say, hello, officer, am I interacting with him? Technically, yes. Do I need to inform him I have a gun? That sounds like a great way to get ventilated.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to.
I think the phrase I see a lot, I don't know if it's how it always says, it's like notify on contact, meaning they're actually addressing you in some sort of either attempted a consensual encounter or an actual detention.
Right.
So in that, walking by a uniformed officer, I'm going to go with no, even in a state where you're supposed to. But if they actually stop to talk to you about something actually police related, then I'm going to go with yeah.
Yeah, it
would be my assumption.
Right. And again, it's one of those like working security. If I'm carrying my concealed carry, but I'm not an armed security guard, and I've called the police because, hey, this guy's trespassing, blah, 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 blah. Am I required to inform when I'm just like, hey, can you just remove this homeless guy from the property, please? Anyways, it gets complicated.
It Certainly can. Okay. On that note, patreon.com/not another shooting show. Hey, folks, it's only $3.57 a month. It's the holiday season. A lot of you are not working right now. A lot of you probably are still working right now. Like, I actually get 5 days off, and it's not supposed to fucking snow, and I'm so happy. The highs are going to be in the 40s. We might get a little frost. I'm actually getting time off from work. I can't believe it. I'm so happy. But if you're a Patreon or if you're a podcast listener, but you're not a Patreon and you have to work and you're out doing some stuff, hey, you're listening already. Just go to patreon.com/not another shooting show. Subscribe. You get all the rest of this episode. And it's only $3.57 a month.
And we have almost 100 episodes that you have not heard.
Yeah. There's a lot of episodes that you have not heard. This is episode 193, which is really fucking weird to say. Patreon.com/not another shooting show. It is only $3.57 a month.